Hey, welcome back. Have you ever been home alone, heard a strange noise, and just frozen? That primal feeling that something is in the house with you? Now imagine that feeling, but for an entire village. And the thing that's in the house with you, it's not just moving chairs. It's setting things on fire. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is the Unexplained Archive. Today, we're traveling to a small, sun-drenched fishing village on the northern coast of Sicily, Canneto di Caronia, a place of breathtaking Mediterranean beauty where life, for generations, moved to the slow, reliable rhythms of the sea. But in early 2004, a new rhythm began, a terrifying, destructive one. It started in the home of the family of Antonio Pezzino. One evening, an electrical socket in their living room began to smoke. Then, a television burst into flames. A vacuum cleaner melted. A washing machine caught fire. The family, understandably, thought it was faulty wiring. Electricians came, checked everything, found nothing wrong. They replaced the entire system. And then it happened again. Appliances they'd unplugged sparked to life and burned. A chair combusted. It was as if the house itself had developed a fever, a burning sickness. Soon, the phenomenon wasn't confined to a single home. It slithered down the street. Neighbors reported their own appliances erupting in flames. Ovens, hairdryers, even a child's toy. Fires would start in multiple places at once. Water pipes would suddenly overheat, scalding anyone who turned on a tap. Electrical wires would fuse and melt inside their casings, without any logical cause. The village was plunged into a state of panic. Authorities evacuated dozens of families. They cut off the power to the entire village. They even shut off the gas and water mains, thinking it had to be some freak geological or utility issue. But the fires didn't stop. With no power running to the houses, objects kept burning. A pile of newspapers in a cupboard. A mattress. It was impossible. This is where the story takes its sharp turn into the truly unexplained. Teams of scientists and engineers descended on Canneto. Geologists, volcanologists, physicists from the Italian government. They set up cameras and monitoring equipment. Their findings, or lack thereof, were baffling. They recorded intense magnetic fields appearing and disappearing at random. They detected strange electromagnetic pulses, but they found no source. No underground gases, no seismic activity, no chemical residues that could explain the spontaneous, targeted combustion. One senior investigator, a physicist named Francesco Venerando Montagna, said it plainly. The fires were of an unknown origin. The energy causing them seemed to be coming from a point outside the houses, not from within the objects themselves. It was as if something was focusing an invisible beam of pure thermal energy through the walls. And then, the reports from the evacuated residents started to paint a more chilling picture. This wasn't just a series of freak accidents. They spoke of a presence. They felt watched. They heard strange knocking sounds inside the walls, a persistent tapping, like something moving through the pipes and the wiring. Some described a feeling of intense static in the air, a heaviness that would descend just before an object would ignite. The local priest even performed blessings. The media, of course, went wild. They called it the Devil's Village. They spoke of a poltergeist, a demonic entity. Scientists, reluctant to use such language, were forced to entertain a hypothesis that sounded like it came from a sci-fi novel, a non-human, intelligent entity, a consciousness that was somehow interacting with the electromagnetic environment. The silent intruder. As an engineer, this case fascinates and unnerves me in equal measure. In my world, in New York, everything has a cause. A circuit fails because a resistor burned out. A system overheats because of a load imbalance. We have schematics, logic, rules. Canneto di Caronia broke all those rules. The most haunting detail for me is the cutting of the power. Think about that. When you eliminate every conventional source of energy, and the phenomenon not only continues but adapts, targeting non-electrical objects, you are left standing at the edge of what we understand about physics itself. It suggests an agency, something that wasn't just a random energy surge, but something that was exploring, testing, and reacting. The taps would overheat when people tried to use them. It felt interactive, almost intelligent. The official investigations eventually wound down. The fires, after plaguing the village on and off for years, finally ceased as mysteriously as they began. The government's final report was a masterpiece of bureaucratic mystery. It cited high-power electromagnetic emissions of unknown origin. Case closed, but not solved. Life in Canneto slowly returned to normal, though I can't imagine the psychological shadow that remains for those who lived through it. What was it? A rare, undiscovered natural phenomenon? Some form of collective psychokinesis? A village-wide stress manifesting physically? Or, as the frightened residents believed, an entity? A silent intruder that didn't haunt with ghosts or whispers, but with pure, focused heat. Sitting here, recording this in my studio, thousands of miles and years removed from those events, I keep coming back to that feeling of violation. A home is supposed to be a sanctuary. The walls and the wires within them are the veins of our modern lives, bringing us light and warmth and connection. In Canneto, that very system turned against the people. The veins became the conduit for something inexplicable and hostile. It makes you look at the quiet hum of your refrigerator, the innocent blink of a router light, with a slight sense of unease. What if the infrastructure of our lives became the medium for a message we can't understand? The story of Canneto di Caronia is a stark reminder that our maps of reality still have edges, and beyond those edges lie mysteries that defy our categories. They're not quite ghost stories, not quite alien encounters, but something disturbingly in between. They challenge not just what we know, but how we know it. It's a case that stays with you, a slow-burning ember of doubt in the comfortable certainty of our wired world. Thank you for listening to this archive. If this story resonated with you, or made you look at your own appliances a little differently, please share this episode with someone. Your sharing is what helps others find these mysteries. For more deep dives into the unexplained, subscribe to the Unexplained Archive wherever you get your podcasts. This is Ibnul J. Farabi for Light Not Studios. Stay curious.